Yo guys, what is up? So, if you guys are tuning into this video, I'm gonna be talking about giving up my weed addiction after 10 plus years of continuously smoking. So I started smoking when I was I think I just turned 16. And at the time, I was dealing with a lot of anxiety and not even depression, just anxiety. And I didn't fit in back then, and I didn't realize that that was not a bad thing. So I'm gonna be telling you guys why I gave it up, and then how I gave it up once and for all after trying to quit for the past 3 years. It was about 3 years on and off of me going back and forth, cutting back, trying to completely stop cold turkey, and then just going straight back to it after like 2 months. But I'm gonna make this video very nice, straight to the point, and I can do that now because my mind is a lot clearer than when I was trying to make videos when I was high, or even when I was just smoking and wasn't high. Because no matter what, it's gonna, bring down your brain frequencies and make your thoughts a lot slower. So the main reason I wanted to stop smoking, because it got to the point to where, first off, I was not even getting high anymore, because we all know that all this the weed and the carts and all that stuff is very high potency nowadays, so you can build a tolerance a lot faster than what you were able to before. So I got to the point, I just wasn't even getting high anymore. So what was the point? But the second driver was also, it was causing me a lot of anxiety with and without it, but honestly more with it now, right? It used to be the opposite. It used to be when I smoked it, I had no more anxiety. But these previous years, now when I smoked it, it amplified everything, all my anxiety. I would get face twitching, right, when I'd be around people. I would get heart palpitations. My heart would start racing really fast. I was so in my own head, right? I wasn't able to live in the moment. I wasn't able to achieve the things I wanted to, because I was just so reliant on this feeling that I was getting from this weed. It's not a physical addiction, but it is psychologically addictive. So, and it's a lot more addictive for certain people than it is other people. So, wasn't getting high anymore. Anxiety, heart racing. I just wasn't able to be myself anymore either, right? I didn't know who I kind of lost touch with who I was. And right, I'm still in recovery right now, but this time I have a lot more control. I know exactly what I'm doing, and right now I'm just going through the motions. So you have to find out why you want to stop. So the determining factor for me in the end that completely made me stop was, what am I doing to my body, right? What am I doing to my body? What am I doing to my mind? And where am I gonna end up in a couple more years if I keep wasting my life? And then I started reading my Bible, and then I just realized that it wasn't serving me, it wasn't serving God. I was harming my body. My body's a temple, right? God gave us one body, one life, and my health obviously is not as good as it would be without smoking, and especially with my mental state of mind, right? So now I have my reason why. You guys got to find your reason why. It has to be very strong, because once you make a couple days of not smoking, you're gonna start feeling that temptation again, right? Oh, just one hit, right? That's how it always started for me, just one hit. And then that one hit turns into a whole blown cycle again, because it makes you feel that rush of dopamine that you're not getting once you stop because you've been so reliant on it. So after you have your reason why you want to stop, it has to be worth it. And you have to think about that every time you get a craving, or you think about you just think about taking one more hit. And you have to realize that if you have an addictive personality, you can't just go back for one more hit, right? Because in my mind, I wanted to just, this is too hard right now. I'm going through way too much. I was getting way too angry. And I was like, if I just take one hit, it'll kind of like level things out while I'm quitting. First off, it's going to take you back. Second off, now you're running the risk of going back in the full-blown habit. And a third reason is, honestly, I don't know the third reason. Maybe you got to find your third reason, but those are just my two reasons. Once you stop, you're going to be overwhelmed with new emotions, especially if you were an everyday consumer. And for me, I was smoking probably like one of those 1 gram carts every 3 days. So that's a lot, right? And especially with the vapes, you don't know what's in those things. I mean, I know what's in it, but we don't know what it's doing to our body or to our lungs or our respiratory system. And I know my throat hurt a lot when I would be smoking those things, and I would definitely get a lot more congestion in my chest and in my lungs. So I think doing it for health reasons is a really good thing. And also, if you believe in God, that's another good thing, because you know that God doesn't want us doing this, right? And you have to realize that things will get better. With the dopamine, there is a vitamin that you can take, and I just started taking it, and it's L-tyrosine, right? You get this off of Amazon. I got it for like $9, and this will last you at least, what is that? It'll last you 60 days, right? So 60 days, I feel like 60 days is a good mark to like almost get back to baseline, even if you weren't taking this stuff. So what this does, it'll speed up the recovery of your dopamine. So your brain will start making dopamine by itself again, because what happens is when you're smoking for so long, and then you stop, you get anhedonia, right? You get almost very depressed, no feelings, no control over your emotions, right? Right now I'm dealing with a lot of anger. Not right now in this current moment, but yesterday I was playing some Call of Duty, and holy crap, I almost broke my controller in half, and that is not like me at all. So I think having that supplement, especially if you've been a long time user, an everyday user, and an all throughout the day user, that's something you're definitely want to pick up to make this journey a lot easier. And honestly, have a goal in mind of what you want to be doing with your time instead of smoking weed. For me, I'm getting really deep into my Bible every day, right? I am not a big reader. This is the first book I've ever even attempted to sit down and read. So this has taken up a lot of my time already, and it's taken up a lot of my it takes a lot of willpower for me to do it. So I feel very accomplished after I do this. And second, for me, it's the gym, right? You get those endorphins when you get a nice workout in, or even if you just did some cardio, right? You can burn off, because I know a lot of the marijuana, it gets like stored in your fat. So, and the more cardio you do, you can actually sweat some of that out, burn some fat. It'll speed up the recovery. Let me turn my light back on. All right, so those are some really good things. You got to find maybe your own set of hobbies that you could replace your time with. Maybe you don't like working out. Maybe you don't like reading the Bible. I think you guys should do that, because This this helps me a lot more than anything else. Just doing those two things, and then just work, right? It might be a little bit harder to get in the mood to work, and maybe you have your own business. Maybe you work for yourself, like a 1099 job, or maybe you got to go into work, and it's going to be hard to be around people. But just know, remind yourself, this too shall pass. It's a great saying, and it's so true, because you could be in one place in your life at one time, and you could be really, really down bad. But then, the next year you're looking back and you're like, holy crap, how was I? How did now I'm here, right? So things can change. You have to believe in the change. You have to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You have to have the reason why, and you have to have time, or you have to have things to replace that time that you used to smoke because I spent hours every day just smoking, right? Smoking, sitting around, playing video games, watching Netflix, bullshitting with people. So besides that, guys, you're gonna be better for it. You're gonna be smarter. You're gonna be wittier. You're gonna have less anxiety, less depression. There's a lot of, you gotta think about all the benefits for you. Think about all the things it's holding you back from. And so 10 years of smoking weed, I'm done with it. Finally I'm done with it, right? And I'm not even questioning going back to it. And I'm only, I think today is my, 7, 8, 9, 10, it's like my 10th day with no weed. I know that I'm in the beginning processes of it. I've went 2 months before, twice, so I've done that 2 times, but then I took a hit and then I went right back into the full-blown cycle. This time I know it's different. I have a lot of faith in myself. I have a lot of faith that God is going to help me with this, and I know that I have a whole different path to go on, and I'm just done with this part of my life. It's in the past, and I'm working towards a better future. And I hope you guys got a lot of good information from this video, and hopefully you can relate with a lot of the stuff I talked about with the anxiety and the with the heart palpitations and the overthinking, and it definitely caused me to be depressed too, but it really wasn't depression, because it was just me doing it to myself. Because me as a person, I'm not a depressed person. I'm usually actually really happy all the time, and I'm really optimistic. The weed took all that away from me. It changed me as a person, but it also made me better and stronger, because now I know how to overcome a lot more. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions, or if you relate with this video. Maybe share your story down in the comments to help other people, because I know I'll go on YouTube videos and I'll look through the comments, and I get a lot of inspiration from that. So, or maybe once you stop your addiction, or you put the weed away, or whatever addictions you have, you can make a video about it to help other people, because even if it reaches one person, I think it's worth it in the end of the day. This video is about to come up on 15 minutes. 15 minutes out of my 16-hour day is nothing. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you tune in for more videos, because I'm going to be talking about a whole bunch of stuff. This is going to be a faith-based channel, but also talking about struggles of real life, and also just talking about cool things, conspiracy theories, just out of the box stuff. Nothing too specific on this channel. I want it to be just kind of everything, right? The internet's an awesome place if it's used correctly. That's about it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see ya.